and welcome, I am Zombie Kitty and welcome to another reaction video. So this came out a few days ago. This is by DHEUSTA. This is called DHEUSTA Earth Arc Chapter 1. We're just going to go straight into this video because I think I know what this is to do with, but it's quite a long explanation. So I'm going to get into the explanation and the context once we've watched this video, but I'm very excited. I'm essentially very excited for this. So, let's go.
Your world is not safe.
Okay.
In the beginning of this millennium, an ancient plague took root in the foundations of Earth's infrastructure.
Okay.
We call it blight. I see it infesting, corrupting, and twisting the very fabric of your reality.
Okay.
Everything you perceive. Entertainment, music, art, creation itself. Each play a part in Blight's rise. And, inadvertently, you are the one feeding it.
Okay.
Mankind has always sought to satisfy their most carnal desires at the expense of pure creation.
Okay, I have a lot to say on this already.
But one creator, a musician,
Hey!
chose to defy corruption.
I have a lot to say on this already.
Yet, after establishing a notable reputation, success began to fade.
Yeah, this was
His art,
victory
once
to
a
life.
flame, became a burden. It felt demanded,
Yeah.
foreign. And those who discovered him could feel the fire grow dim. Emptiness followed. Betrayed by those nearest, doubted by those dearest, he strove to rebel against himself, cutting the cord to his past.
Yeah, this feels really
It
personal.
availed him nothing. In a world saturated with noise, his voice seemed to fade into the mist. As his last echo sounded, a masked figure stepped into your world,
Hey,
claiming the
we
power
know
to
who this
revive
is.
this artist's passion and Earth's
Yay!
creative spark. But do not mistake the mask for mercy.
Oh?
What it reveals is but a whisper of what it conceals.
Okay.
Stay awake.
Okay. Whoa. The mind flex. 4th of October. Okay, interesting. Well, whatever comes out on the 4th of October, I will be reacting to that. I've really got to switch around my schedule. Oh my god. Okay, so it's interesting that at the beginning it was talking about, you know, like creation and music and like art itself has become like stale and like it's become infested with something else. This is very much, it feels like it's talking about like the rise of AI and like AI art, as it were, and like the rise of AI in like shows and films and stuff, like completely festering into all that, destroying things and destroying art itself and like creativity. It definitely feels like it's talking about that, but then it continues on and it's talking about DHEUSTA'S like journey in the last couple of months. So if you don't know what's been going on, essentially it is what the video said. So let's just address the elephant in the room. YouTube algorithm is complete shit. It is rubbish. I've talked about this a lot with my friends as well. It is rubbish, and unfortunately, yes, DHEUSTA, his viewings did dwindle. They did decrease, and that is because of the algorithm. Because the algorithm wasn't showing things to people, wasn't showing things to his subscribers. So his views were sort of decreasing, and we have seen this with other big YouTubers as well, actually. I think it was a couple of months ago, he put up a video simply just saying goodbye where he basically said that he was going to stop working on his channel. He was going to move on to something completely different outside of YouTube, and that was it. And furthermore, his mask and like helmet thing that you saw, he was going to, I think it was a competition, so people could buy something on his merch store and be in to win that very helmet. And the feedback essentially from that was basically an agreement that, you know, being on YouTube at the moment is not what it was, you know, years ago, even when I started. It's not the same, and it's really unfair. But also a lot of people were saying that actually they understood the idea behind, you know, giving away the mask or the helmet, but at the same time, like, don't do that. Keep it for yourself for sentimental value, and as a, you know, reminder if you want to come back to the channel, or for just memories. A lot of people had that same sort of general thoughts and feelings. So I think it was a couple of weeks later that he then put up a video saying that essentially him, the singer, and the character of DHEUSTA, so like you saw the figure in the cloak and the helmet, are separate, which I think is really cool. It's a really interesting idea to put onto the channel and to bring forward. And yeah, essentially DHEUSTA is now a YouTube character. We're back to this. But I think it's going to be really cool and really interesting to see where this is going to go now. The other thing as well is that before all of those videos, he actually did release a couple of songs, including a cover of Into the Pit, but did it differently to more show actually that YouTube was mentally exhausting, and actually he was getting a bit bored of the label that was on him as a nerdcore artist, and he wanted to do his own thing. And we've seen this as well with other artists where they've done, you know, FNAF songs is a big thing, Bendy the Ink Machine, you know, Amazing Digital Circus, and they've got really popular, but then those same artists will put out their own original stuff and it does not do as well. So there is, it's not necessarily a criticism, but it's more just like, this is what's been going on with me. I kind of want to do my own thing, but I feel stuck in this label and in this genre that I don't always want to do, which I completely understand. And yeah, there's been a couple of other artists who have felt the same as well, which is completely understandable as well. So it's interesting that there's been this build up, but originally I think the plan was for him to just stop being on YouTube. But I'm glad that's not the case, and I do really hope that people actually give him a chance this time, especially for his original stuff, and especially if this is going to be a story. I think that's going to be really, really interesting, because not only is the idea interesting, but it's also going to be a personal one for him as well. So it makes it sort of, it's a weird phrase to put it as, but it makes it extra special. So yeah, I'm definitely interested to see what's going to happen on the 4th. I need to reshape my schedule. I'm suddenly realising this and like visualising what's on my schedule at the moment. I'm just like, oh boy. But it's fine, it's fine. I can figure things out. Because I do want to react to whatever's going to happen on the 4th. I don't know what time it's going to be up, so it'll either be up on the 4th or 5th for me, because I'm in the UK and time zones suck. So yeah, that really does depend on what time it uploads, but we'll see what this is going to be. I think it's going to be quite personal, but I think at the same time it's going to be very interesting. The animation as well is really, really cool. I'm very interested to know what this is going to be. I think it's really cool as well to have DHEUSTA as a separate character now. And I think it seems like that's how it's going to be on the channel, which I am all for. Like I mean, obviously, a couple of videos ago we reacted to a Jacksepticeye Ego video. Like, I'm a really big fan of characters and stuff like that. I think it's really creative and really interesting to see what people can come up with. So yeah, I'm definitely invested in this. But I'm going to end the video here. I will put DHEUSTA'S video down in the description below, so you guys can go off and watch this for yourselves. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye!